Hey, you guys. Welcome to my YouTube Live. Let me know if the video and audio quality are okay. Sorry, I got the sun streak right across my eye. The sun's going down, though. That should be gone in a little bit. You guys hear me okay? Hey, Tara. Hey, Three Wheels Life. Welcome. Cool. Thanks. Hey, how are you? Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. So this is my first YouTube live stream, and it's kind of a funny story how this all came about. We've had a little bit of a challenging week, actually kind of a challenging month from a technical aspect on the YouTube world. But I had a really fun video planned to launch this week. I had all of it planned out, had everything all laid out, rode my Ryker over to my parents' house. I was filming in their garage space, and we did like 2 hours of filming. And then I got home the next day, went to sit down and edit, and there was no audio on any of the footage. Like none of the clips had any audio at all. So rookie mistake. I figured out why. Finally, we were thinking about what actually happened. So when I rode over, I had my helmet and I've got my Cardo system, which is Bluetooth connected, and I was using my phone to film my footage, and my Cardo was still on. So my Bluetooth was still connected to my phone. So all of my audio went to my phone and not to the video clips. So never connected the dots until after the fact. Rookie mistake. So it was just kind of one of those situations where I'm like, okay, I'm done with technology from that aspect for a little bit. Let's just take a break. And, but I wanted to try this and really kind of connect with everybody. And, this community is what is best, one of the best parts about the Ryker community and the motorcycle community in general. So this, I think, is a great way to sort of get back to those roots. You see what I mean? So let me see if I can get that. There we go. That dot's not right on my eye like that. Hey, you guys. Hey, Ryker B, multitasking here, eating dinner, this, and a poker tourney in 5 minutes. You are absolutely multitasking. Hey, howdy from Tennessee. Hello. Yeah, Three Wheels Live. That was rough. But learn from my mistakes, and there's always going to be something that, technology messes up and things like that. So, anyway, but like I said, thank you guys for being here. I asked some folks to send in some questions, and you guys came through, and that was awesome. So, Shadow Black Ryker, which is Rolling on Three Wheels. If you guys don't follow him, go give him a follow. He's got the Rolling on Three Wheels podcast. He had me on as a guest. He is the first three-wheel podcast. Giving him a shout out. Does a great job. So that's Keith. Hey man, I appreciate you being here. But he asked why a live stream, and I feel like that's a good one to start with. And I kind of touched on it a little bit, but like I said, I think this is such a great way to connect with the community. The community is by far the best part of all of this. And whether you're in the motorcycle community, you're just getting into it, like you will find out quickly, like this is a really tight group of people, very welcoming, very supportive, and just really a great way to connect with everybody. So yeah, Ryker B. Oh, you're in Tampa? Oh, that's cool. I'm in Polk County, so we're not far from one another. Hey, Mom. Mom's on. Hey, Mom. Cool. Okay, so Three Wheels Life, I'm going to go ahead and get to your question because I know you really wanted to know, and I tried to do some research on this. But Three Wheels Life asked, what is the best video editing desktop or laptop to purchase? And, oh, cool. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, everyone's like, hey, mom. And then my brother's on too. Hey. Okay, so I have a desktop set up, and my buddy Alec, he's the one that you'll see in my vlogs. He rides an Indian motorcycle in my vlogs, so you've seen him in several of my trips and everything. He is really good with computers and technology and all of that, and he worked with my husband a couple Christmases ago to gift me a custom built desktop. So as far as a specific package, I can't recommend, but I picked his brain a little bit and I said, okay, what do you recommend for somebody who's looking to get into video editing, has a lot of content and like a pretty serious workflow to go through? And these were his suggestions. I wrote them down on my pink Post-it note here. So he recommends go more towards a desktop rather than a laptop. Not that you can't edit on a laptop, but with a desktop, you have a little more, maybe a little bit more stability, if that makes sense. You can get a double monitor set up. I've got a big, like an extra wide, it's actually like a gaming screen, and it really makes the editing process a lot easier. And so he recommends that if you can. The next thing you need to look for, he says, look for a dedicated graphics card. That's going to be the terminology you look for, rather than an integrated graphics card. So a dedicated rather than integrated graphics card. That's going to help with your editing, your flow, and all that. So, and then the last thing, he just recommends the fastest processor that you can afford. There's nothing specific number-wise to look at. You know, he said as far as like gigs and RAM and all that stuff, all that can be upgraded, but those are kind of the big things. So a desktop, a dedicated graphics card, and the fastest processor you can afford. I've heard of several different softwares that work really well. I use a program called Filmora, just because I'm too lazy to try to learn Premiere Pro, which is the Adobe video software. The other thing I would recommend is storage, whether you do, separate drives to hold all that, video footage. It takes up a ton of space and will slow your computer down and will make your life really difficult. So that's kind of the big thing. Does that kind of answer the question a little bit? So I hope it does. And if not, I can get a hold of Alec and ask him any other questions if you have follow-up ones about that. So let's see what else. Who else is on? Oh, from Canada. Oh, that's cool. Saskatchewan. Oh yeah, Keith, of course. Yeah, rolling on three wheels. Go check out his channel and his podcast, man. He's doing really good things. Let's see. All right. So my next question was from Mad Drummer 13, and she said, how do you become an ambassador or participate in their other programs? So I can really only speak from my experience. The Can-Am Collective is a really massive, there's a really massive group. There's several moving parts, several subsections of the Can-Am Collective. So let's see, I started riding a year ago. I just had my 1-year anniversary of picking up my Ryker. And I started my Instagram pretty much instantly, just kind of something for fun. I just didn't want to bombard my personal Instagram with all of my Ryker content. And I started my channel August 1st, actually, is going to be my 1-year anniversary. I uploaded my very first video on August 1st. And it's just kind of been going from there. Can-Am reached out to me on my Instagram in, I think, November, and said, hey, we want to chat with you about becoming a brand ambassador. I don't know what their specific criteria that they're looking for is. There's a very diverse group that they've gathered for this collective. They have an even number of men and women. They have all ages, all races. They are very inclusive, and that's their whole message. They want to make the motorcycle world very inclusive for everybody. It's not just your standard, kind of old school biker gang kind of look. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they want to make it accessible for everybody. So, what better way than to have a really diverse group of people from all over the place, and some really, really interesting people with a lot of different experiences. And we had a couple phone calls, me and Can-Am, and I'm a brand ambassador, which is wild, and I'm super grateful. And we have a really good group, and Keith from Rolling on Three Wheels is part of my group in the Can-Am Collective, and so is Beth at Ryker Rides. And yeah, so it's been pretty wild. So it's a really good time. So as far as being involved, there's a ton of Facebook groups. The Women of On-Road group is just the women's Can-Am group, very supportive group. They have a women's mentorship program. That's a whole different subsect of the Can-Am Collective. Just lots of participation in that group, just supporting one another. I know they're really big on gear, as far as like, you want to present a very positive and safe image for riding. So just make sure you're always wearing your gear, having a very positive, just showing, not that it's all, you're painting it sunshine and roses all the time, but, so it's been a lot of fun. And then on Instagram, use the tags Ride Like No Other, and Can-Am On Road. So you can just kind of, be a part of that social group. It's a growing community, and it is awesome. What are some of the other? I would love to do something like that with Can-Am. They really made thank you. Made a great choice with me and Keith. Thank you. Are you from America? Yes, I am from Florida. And, thank you. You're awesome. That's how you became a brand ambassador. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Let's see, what else? Can-Am actually wrote a question. They wanted to know what's the longest or furthest I've ridden on my Ryker. So I was asking my husband that earlier this evening. We were kind of talking about it, and I think we both agree the longest ride we did in a single day was when we were up in Georgia. Or we were up in the mountains this past fall. We did a whole trip up there. We trailered our bikes from Florida to Georgia, North Georgia, and we rode one day up north into, we went into Robbinsville, and we did the Tail of the Dragon, which was just like amazing because it was all the fall leaves, and it was beautiful. And we did the Cherahalla Skyway. So I think that day round trip, we were pretty close to 300 miles in the saddle. And that's the longest we had been before. And I think we just fell off the bikes by the end of it. We just like collapsed off of our bikes by the end of it. But it was so much fun, so beautiful, just such different scenery from Florida. And it was, it was just like game changing. So we're actually planning another trip up to that area for this fall sometime, something a little bit different. And I'll definitely be vlogging all of that. And I have those videos on my channel if you guys want to see those. My Tail of the Dragon video, the Cherahalla Skyway, highly recommend those if you're ever in that area, ever have a chance to go. Like, that is just like, it's such beautiful riding. So yeah. Three Wheels Life, you live close to there? Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. Okay, Heather's Lil Goat and Leilani. Oh, that's cute. I'm curious, what is the one thing you've learned riding long distance? Be prepared, hydrate. I think just preparation's the main thing. You want to, and try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. If you have gear that doesn't fit quite right, or if you've got like cords or something in your helmet and it starts digging in, I had that happen before. You're not going to stay focused, and anything that's going to draw your attention away from the road is going to add, it adds an extra level of danger. So that's the big thing I would say. Along with, don't underestimate how quickly you can get dehydrated on the road. Like I said, we live in Florida. We are in hot season right now. Like, we're in that weird section of summertime where it's hot, like 90s, up like mid to upper 90s every day, and it's not raining yet, because normally in the summer it rains like every day, and we're not there yet. So it's just hot. So you can get dehydrated fast, and then you start getting foggy, and you can really lose focus quick. So I'd say that's kind of the big thing for long distance riding. Just be prepared, have necessities with you, snacks, drinks, and comfortable. Make sure your gear is comfortable and fits well. So let's see. Yes, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg would be beautiful. Nice. Yeah, of course. Let's see. Mr. Easton asked, looking to add a 2019 Ryker, and will I need a motorcycle license to ride? So yes. Now, depending on where you live, and I meant to research this, but I'm pretty sure anywhere in the U.S. you're going to need some kind of motorcycle license. Check your state, check your laws, check all the legal aspects of it. Here in Florida, you need a motorcycle endorsement to ride a motorcycle. I have my two-wheel endorsement. That's how I first learned. I took the MSF class and got my endorsement. When you take your class and get your MSF, if you get it through the MSF course, you just take your certificate to the DMV and then they'll just add that to your license. There's no extra testing or anything you have to do at the DMV because you did it in the MSF course. So we, meaning my husband and I, took the two-wheel MSF course together, and then about 3 weeks later we took the three-wheel course because we had already signed up for it. He was getting on two wheels and I didn't want him to get his motorcycle before me. So I said, I'm going to learn on two wheels as well and go ahead and get my license. So we did that together. I actually have a video. It's one of my earlier videos where I kind of explain the difference between the two classes. Very, very helpful. You learn a whole lot in that class, spend some time in the classroom, and then of course on the road, in a parking lot, basically doing your skills. But it really does help you start to think differently as far as the world around you and how you ride and what you're looking for. And we had a really eclectic instructor for our three-wheel class. He was Coach Steve, and he had all these little quips. And he just, he still pops in my head. Even today when I'm writing, he still pops in my head at certain points. I'm like, oh yeah, Coach Steve told me about that, and whatever. So, so some really, really valuable knowledge from them. Let's see. Do you use any kind of throttle lock or cruise assist on longer rides? I don't. I've looked into that, and I kind of thought about getting like a throttle lock or something. But I haven't pulled the trigger on that. But I'm somebody who, like, even in a car, I really don't ever use cruise control. It's just kind of one of those weird, like, I don't like to let go of the control in the car either. So I'm kind of weird like that. So what I do have is a cramp buster. I guess it's not the brand cramp buster, but it's like a $10 little piece that sits on the throttle, and it helps rest your hand. And that really makes a big, big difference. So I highly, highly recommend that. Very easy install. Just slip it on your throttle, and you really can just kind of like sit and just barely push the throttle, and you're cruising. So that's pretty easy. How are you liking your Corbin seat? Love it. Love it. Like, just night and day difference. You'll find with the Rykers, there's like a little lip on the back of the seat. And if you have a Ryker, you know what I'm talking about. That little lip that's back there. And once you're riding for a long way, it starts digging into your tailbone a little bit. It's not super duper comfortable. So with my Corbin seat, you go on and custom order it. And there are several companies, that offer that kind of upgrade. But you custom order it, you pick out the material, the stitching, the everything, and they just ship it right to you. It was kind of a challenge to install, I'll say that, but that's just how it is with the Ryker seats. Like, they're just no matter what it is, they're just kind of a pain to get on there. But once it's on there, like, we're golden. So yeah. Let's see. Just got my license. My rally is on back order. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, y'all, inventory is down everywhere. Like, my local dealership where I got my rally from, they're just out of inventory on everything. So if you can snag one, you need to get a hold of one. What is your first must to purchase? Oh, gosh. That cramp buster, that throttle rest thing is really, really handy. I really like my water bottle holder. Um, I just did a video on the stick-on mirrors, the convex mirrors. That's kind of game changing, y'all. Like that's a really easy install. And oh yeah, three wheels life, the parking brake lock. Yeah, get that. That's some of the first things I did was the parking brake lock and the throttle rest. I think were some of my first ones. I also upgraded the grips. They're just like styrofoam, not styrofoam. They're like foam grips that go over the handlebars. That made a big difference as well. Yeah, the mirrors are nice. It kind of freaked me out because it's such a difference, and the objects behind you are way closer than they appear. So I was riding, and my husband and my buddy Alec were behind me, and I thought they were way behind me because we're used to spacing out a pretty particular way, like we're pretty consistent with our riding. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like, oh, they're right there, but they look so much further behind. Mirrors make all the difference in the world. Cheapest, best mod. Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive, and literally just stick right on. Oh, great comment, Neil. The windshield, you got the F4 custom. That's a nice windshield. Windshield is a great mod. I kind of always forget about mentioning the windshield because I had the dealership add the sport windshield into my deal. So it was already installed pretty much when I got it. Actually, they installed it like a day or so later. Anyway, I didn't have the Rally for that long without the windshield. So I just kind of have always been used to it. It makes such a difference though. And then I upgraded from the sport to the adventure windshield, and that is a complete game changer. John D, you just got your 2021 Ryker 600. Yay. Yeah, three wheels life, the windshield for sure, for sure. You wanted to get the ride scan mirror for the windshield. Yes. I think that would be a big upgrade as well. So that's just the mirror that goes kind of right at the base of the windshield, and it kind of gives you this view around to the sides and behind you. But I saw somebody mention a good thing to remember is like these mirrors and all these little things to help you see around. None of that replaces doing an actual head check. Like that's another Coach Steveism. Always check, because if you don't, what do you say? If you don't, it might be the last thing you do or something. I don't know. He had all these crazy things he used to say, but that's what sticks in my head. So another one he said, one of my favorite things that Coach Steve said was, somebody had mentioned riding in the rain or being afraid to ride in the rain. He goes, riding in the rain? Of course you can ride in the rain. What are you, made of sugar? Do you think you're going to melt? So he was just so funny. I can't see for the life of me when I back up. LED lights. Yes. Yes, that makes a big difference. I think one of my favorite mods was my luggage, my 3-piece luggage set. I carry all my stuff with me, and we use ours for more like touring and adventure kind of stuff. So I like to be able to lock my helmet away and lock all my gear and, just be able to go. So like that, and that's a personal choice. Like if you want that kind of, bulk added to the look of the bike. But I think that 3-piece luggage set from Sling Mods looks really good. And it adds like just the right amount of storage for me. So I love that. Oh yeah, the stick-on bag for the front. Like, yeah, that's like, I can't believe I waited so long to get a hold of that. Oh, good question. Ram mount or quad lock? Quad lock. I've tried both. I tried the ram mount and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. My phone kept, no matter how I positioned it, it would like rattle so much, and it would hit right up against my the power button and the volume button, which like activated the emergency notification or something. So you'd just be riding along and it would go whoop. Yeah, Alec, that's my buddy Alec right there. So he said ram mount no bueno. He had it first, and then he hated it and let me try it. Yeah, and it might have just been like my phone. I don't know. It just didn't. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the quad lock. So this is the phone case. I have the actual like ring thing for it, but it just comes off like that. So then there's a mount that goes onto your bike and it just clicks down on there and it locks in place. And that's what I like about the Quad Lock too, is that there's kind of a quick release button and it's on there. Like I've never had any issues with it falling off or anything like that, but it like locks on there. So if I need to stop and grab a picture or something and oh, we got to pull over and look at the sunset or whatever, you don't have to like, you know, take a rubber band off and like, you know, jimmy it out of there or whatever. So yeah. And then, like I said, I got this so I can, because I like to carry it like that. I also have this in my car too. So I have a windshield mount. So when I get in the car, I can do that and I have my GPS. So I love my Quad Lock. It's awesome. Let's see. Oh, I think I've heard of the Rockform phone mount. Oh yeah, okay. If you want the custom grill, check out Top Notch Ryker mods. They look so nice, and LED backlit. I think I've seen those, and they do look really, really cool. There's so many cool upgrades and modifications, and I love looking at people's wraps and their different mods and all the cool things that they do. Like you can really customize these to just, I saw one the other day. Somebody did a custom Wonder Woman wrap on their Ryker. It was like front to back, had the Wonder Woman logo, the whole night, and it was sharp looking. Like it looked so cool. But yeah, oh gosh, y'all, there's so much. I do need something for my radiator. Grill also cuts down on the butt. Yeah. Yeah. I constantly have bugs. Do you have to cut into the wires for that grill or is it plug and play? Yeah. Do you know the answer to that? I don't know the answer to that. All right. Let me look and see. I think I had one more question on here. Which do you think is the best to start with in the Ryker world, 600 or 900? And I hope I'm saying your name right because I think you are on here, Destellos Getsemani. I'm sorry if I butchered that. So this is a really popular question. 600 versus 900. At the end of the day, so if you don't know, with the Ryker world, there's the 600, the 900, and then the 900 Rally Edition. I have the Rally. So the bikes all basically look the same, except there's a couple extra little features on the Ryker. I mean, I'm sorry, on the Rally, sorry. The 600, 900 has to do with like the power of the engine. So really it depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it to just kind of zip around town, you don't really plan on doing any kind of long distance, high speed riding, or anything that you would need like the shocks of the Rally for. You know, the 600's totally fine. People love their 600s, nothing wrong with those. I personally chose to go, when I was looking at and weighing out the pros and cons, I knew I wanted a 900 just because I knew I would be touring. I knew I would have to go highways and all that stuff. And, you know, the most popular thing I hear people say is you want to be able to have the power and not need it, then need it and not have it. So just something to consider. If you know that that is not your thing, you are not going to be doing highway riding or anything like that, like 600 is great and just as fun. All the cool features of most of the Rykers. I personally went with the Rally because I knew that I wanted the upgraded shocks. So it's just a twist of a dial on the shocks, and you can upgrade. You can there's like 4 different settings for the shocks. The Rally comes with the max mount on the back. So most of the several of the mods are going to need the max mount to begin with, and I knew I wanted the Luggage, which needs the max mount. So it was better to go with the Rally from the start for me personally. Also, if you think you're going to ride with a passenger, go with the Rally just because you want to be able to compensate for the weight of a passenger. You know, so just you know, but I've seen people on 600s riding with passengers. So just super duper fun. And, you know, the price tag of a 600 is obviously a drawing point. So yeah. Let me see if I missed any comments or anything. Yes, the Rally has bigger tires. Yes, 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 yes. It is totally personal preference. Not a wrong choice because they're all ridiculously fun, just super duper fun. What else? I think that was all the questions that came through. I mean, do you guys have any other questions or anything that you want to know or anything you want to chat about? Just let me know. So. Oh, Alex asked, any plans to change your wrap? No. No, I'm good with the wrap for now. As long as it holds up, and it's holding up fine. I think down the road, probably. I mean, if I feel like it starts to come up, or I'm just ready for a change of pace or whatever with it. That's why I like the vinyl wrap. I have a video about that if y'all want to watch that. Is iMovie good for editing? I've never used iMovie actually. I've heard it is. I've heard it works. It works great. Did you install all of your Ryker birthday gifts? I have not. I have not. All right. The next thing I'm going to install is the sway bar and end links. That was the most common requested thing, and I really want to get those floorboards on. Like I said, the problem is it is ridiculously hot, and even at 8 a.m. you'll just be sweating. So it's just kind of like, okay, you know, I need an air conditioned garage. It's just so hot, y'all. I don't like being hot. I don't know why I live in Florida. But yeah, that'll be my next thing. And I'm probably going to try to do them this weekend is the sway bar and end links and the floorboards. And now that I did some research, I really want the highway pegs that go with the floorboards from Le Monster Garage. I think those are really, really cool. Because I ride with my pegs all the way forward. I'm really tall. I'm 6 feet tall. I have long legs. And I still feel like my legs are kind of bent on the pegs. I would love to be able to stretch them out a little bit more. So that'd be cool. Baja Ron lives in my town. He installed my sway bar. What? That's awesome. That is awesome. You're going to love the end links. Yes. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm very curious to see the difference. I've been trying to make a mental note when I'm riding of any of the shaking at higher speeds. So, you know. Really? He goes riding with you? That's so cool. And he put brakes on your bike. That's awesome, y'all. Well, cool. I mean, like I said, that's really it for me. Three Wheels posted the grill. Yeah, that's awesome. If y'all want to post your Instagram handles, post your socials, post your YouTube channels, like let's connect with one another. Let me know how I can find you guys, how you can find one another. Post it in there. Will you ever do any group rides in your area? I would like to. I did one a couple months ago with the dealership that I got my Ryker from, Sky Power Sports in Lakeland, and they did a 3-wheel ride out, and it was a ton of just 3-wheel, like Spiders, Rykers, even some Harley trikes and Goldwings and things like that. I would love to do that. I would love to get like a charity ride started in my area. I think that would be really cool, like especially like at the holiday times, like a toy drive or something like that. I think that would be really, really fun. I have heard about that 3 Wheels event in Atlanta. I'm not going to be able to go because of some work obligations. And that's also Mom's birthday weekend. Happy early birthday, Mom. 14 of y'all going from Riverview to Port Richey tomorrow morning for a lunch ride. That's tempting. That is tempting. Heather. Oh, you're going to the Atlanta event. I think Beth at Ryker Rides is maybe going to be there. That would be really cool. I guess depending on what's going on with John, if you guys haven't heard, she's up there, up in the Georgia area with her friend who had been in an accident, who is thankfully starting to recover. So shout out to John. Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. Eek. Thanks, Can-Am. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll send you a link. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what's going on. Yeah, that's why she isn't going. Love Beth. Yes, I've talked to Beth a couple times. She is just genuinely super, super nice. Like what you see on YouTube is how she is, you know, from a couple times I've texted or called her or whatever. So like she's just, yeah, she's awesome. All right. Yeah, so yeah, some of y'all left your Insta handles and your YouTube, you know, channels and everything. Yeah, like I said, let's connect. Everybody, let's get connected. Oh, you two should do a live together. Me and Beth. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anytime. Anytime she wants to do it. 100%. Hey, Three Wheel Rusty from Alberta. Awesome. I would love to be in Canada right now because it is super hot in Florida. Yep. Type rolling on 3. You can find Keith. Yep. Little goat 02. Love that. All right, y'all. Anything else? Anything else I want to chat about? I'm out of questions. We're approaching 38 minutes, but we can keep going if y'all want, or we can sign off. Don't matter to me. But I really, really appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out and asking questions and having this conversation. And yeah, I would love to have a meetup sometime or something, as you know, as the pandemic is winding down. Maybe we can get out and start doing some stuff. That would be amazing. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Maybe we can do some more of this in the future. Yeah, that's it, guys. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.